Alright, so someone requested that they wanted me to make a Chifuyu video on how to build her exactly. So the way I wanted to build Chifuyu is basically using either one of two gears. I would prefer to either use attack speed or HP plus defense for the tanky version. So using Chifuyu as a striker, if you want to use her as just a standalone striker, she wants to duel with people and whatnot, I would prefer the HP defense build. But if you want Chifuyu to hide behind a tank while doing DPS and using her stun utility and keeping the debuff, defense debuff for 100% uptime, I would run attack speed. And the substats you would obviously want to run for her would be either attack speed or skill haste or anti-ground damage if you do have that. But I would probably run skill haste on her and probably a bit more attack speed, or other builds you can do anti-ground so you can have her deal a shit ton more damage, or just have a lot of anti-damage res so you can be a lot more tanky with Shifuyu. I've seen a lot of tanky Shifuyus. They're built really well. Mine isn't as built, but I would definitely try and get some nice damage res or skill haste for obviously tier 6 gear. I obviously don't have tier 6 gear right now for Chifuyu, so I'm currently just using some filler. But yeah, I probably want to run like anti-defender or something. I would probably just rather run more skill haste or anti-ground damage. That would be the best for her in my opinion. Or you can just run a lot more skill haste. That could also work. It's not a bad idea. More skill haste isn't that bad. For Chifuyu, you either want to run more skill haste or more what's it called? Is she able to run attack speed? I don't think so. Yeah, no, it's not possible to run more attack speed. But definitely run a lot more skill haste or anti-ground damage or anti-ground res, so you can tank a little bit more depending on what type of Shifuyu build you want to run. So personally, I want to run attack speed so I can deal more defense debuffs, and not only that, I want to stun other Shifuyus if I'm able to hit them. Of course, when you do get hit by a special skill by the enemy Shifuyu, yours will take probably a shit ton more damage. That's why I usually like hiding mine behind a tank, and that's how I play Shifuyu. Now, in other words, I would also probably run evasion stats for her accessory or the main stat, so movement gear. And other than that, obviously for option 1 you can also run other stuff, but for now flat doesn't really matter for PvP specifically. For PvE I would probably run attack speed anyways. You have a decent amount of HP and defense for it. Aside from that though, when you get tier 6 gear, obviously it is better to build those instead, kind of like how I build some other units. Like maze gear, you have anti-ground damage already, which is really nice. Or like SC gear where you have crit damage. It depends on what you really want in a build. And obviously currently we don't really have much of that. Although I do have a few of those gears, but sadly they are pretty meh when it comes to the substats, even the sets as well. Which kind of makes me really sad, but oh, alright. This is Kyle's. I really want to upgrade his to max because it's just so good. I really want to upgrade that. Actually, am I able to? I might be able to. Yeah, I can. Oh boy. Trying to get that cooldown, you know? That's a shame. But you know, for like stuff like Kyle, I would definitely try and go for skill haste. So maybe I'll be able to get lucky and hit some skill haste. There you go. Got skill haste. I am very happy now. I'm a very happy boy. So Kyle can get a lot of skill haste off this. But yeah, that's basically how the gear works. For Chifuyu, I would probably build, if possible, when you get the C6 gear, I would probably build the maze gear, or in the future, we are able to get some other gear. Either the Shadow Hall gear, or called the Spectral gear, by the way, or some other stuff. So Spectral gear would be pretty decent, I think, to for Chifuyu simply because you get versus striker, ranger, defender, or sniper, or attack up, which obviously you don't want the attack up. But option 2 is pretty decent for the weapon. So you get either attack speed, move speed, or ground unit attack up, or aerial unit attack up, which isn't that bad. And you can get for the armors, you can get skill, charge, speed up. So that's, I think, skill haste, crit damage resist, all the resist basically. Abnormal condition resist up, so that's CC resist. You can also for the crown scope or whatever. So it's the crown this time. So that's a hit accessory. It gives you crit damage resist up or crit damage up, skill haste up, CC up, or damage, ground damage, aerial damage, all that stuff up. So for Chifuyu, this wouldn't be a bad idea because you can get a lot of skill haste up as well on a lot of these sets, and you can also get attack speed up as well. So this would be not a bad idea for Chifuyu, as well as option 1 being anti-defender, so you can destroy other ones, or you can build him against anti-strikers. So yeah, no, Spectral Gear is pretty good. I'd say definitely either Spectral Gear for Chifuyu, and if you can't, try and get that Maze Gear. So that's pretty much it for the most part. Yeah. Yep, that's it. Alright, cool. So hopefully that does help you out in terms of trying to build Chifuyu. If you have any questions, I will answer them in the comments below. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. And hopefully Chifuyu doesn't get banned next week, but I'm pretty sure she will.